Hey guys, welcome back to Music Talk with John. Today I'll be sharing with you some albums that I picked up recently. I have some new stuff in here and I have some old stuff in here. I have some stuff in here that I'm familiar with the artists, have heard of them, but not really familiar with the songs or the albums. And I figured, for 50 cents, $1, whatever, give it a shot, see what happens. I checked the albums out, they were clean, and I did listen to them before the show to do my homework. And I had a couple pops here, but no skips or anything like that. So, and I can tell you, some will be keeping, some I won't. So anyway, that's what this episode is about. So hang on and let's go. Okay, so I'm going to start today's episode with the new, and we're going to work our way to the old, and see how this goes. The first one that I picked up was, or is, however you want to look at it, is Aerosmith. This came out recently. This is The Road Starts Here, and you gotta love how they spelled here, like you're hearing it. So this has some outtakes on it, some early rehearsal stuff. I think this was done on a 2-track demo, so the quality, it's rough. I mean, they cleaned it up. You can tell they did a good job cleaning it up, but it's definitely not like a high quality album. And I kind of like it that way because it puts you right there in the very beginning of Aerosmith before they really kicked off and became big, world famous as they are now. They have a demo version of Dream On here, and the other songs here are intro. Well, there's an intro. Somebody, Reefer Head Woman, Walking the Dog, Moving Out, Major Barbara, and Mama Kin. So, and you had I believe the original lineup. I kind of know these guys' names. Sounds like the original lineup, except for, Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, Brad Whitford, Tom Hamilton, and Joey Kramer. So it's on there, and you have younger pictures of the guys. And the sleeve came with, give you a quick look at that. So that's kind of I think they used to put these like in reels, and they had them in boxes, and this looks familiar to me, like a box, and then you had the label here with a description of usually the band and category number, and then I had like this on the back. So I don't know if this is a copy of the original or not, but came in a little quick story. Aerosmith, 1971, The Road Starts Here by David Frick, so it gives you an idea what this is about. So it's a cool album to have. I don't have a lot of Aerosmith. I do want to change that. I want to add some Aerosmith to my collection. But this is kind of neat because even though I don't have a lot of their albums, I'm still a big fan, believe it or not. That sounds weird, right? Because I don't have the albums, but still like Aerosmith. Had more CDs than I do have albums, but this is just neat to have, to see where these guys came from. You hear them talking, and they sound really young, so it's really cool. I enjoyed it. So if you're into Aerosmith, you definitely get that. I would suggest it. If you're looking for great quality recording, you're not going to get that. It sounds good. They cleaned it up, but again, remember the source. It came from I think like I said, a 2-track demo kind of thing. So it's suffering a little bit. But again, I'm just talking in circles here. But if you want to kind of get in there where Aerosmith started, that's the album to get. Next one I have here is, and this is my first album with these guys, and that is Rush, Moving Pictures. Rush is a band I've always rooted for, wanted to get into, and just couldn't. But I gave this album a listen to recently over and over. I think there's an anniversary edition that just came out, a box set. I forgot how much it is, over $100 or something. It has a lot of extra stuff in it. But listening to this one again, I really got into it. I streamed it first, played it over and over again in my car, and had an opportunity to pick up a reissue copy of it. And I'm glad I did. Once I put it on the player, this doesn't have any pops. Production sounds good. Standard recording here. I didn't do anything fancy with it, but it sounds good. It's not a mo-fi or anything, but it does sound really good. Came with pictures of the band and some credits, and then on the other side you have your lyrics and the album itself. Not sure if this was Yeah, it did have. They stepped it up a little bit. They put it on, you can see the middle there, it's kind of cool looking. And then they put it on red vinyl. So, and it sounds good. Like I said, no pops, quality's good. So I was happy with this purchase. So my first Rush album going into the collection, and it's definitely a killer no filler deal. It's like it all the way through. Of course, the highlights to me are Tom Sawyer, and I think it was YYZ. I believe that was, well, Limelight's on here too. So those three I enjoyed a lot, but I can listen to this whole album and enjoy it. So very, very happy for this one. There's your back side of it, and there's your front side of it. So my first Rush album, there you go. I haven't even put into the collection yet. So next one here, now we're working our way through. This has definitely spent some time somewhere. It has the original plastic. It's hanging on there for dear life. It's Nat King Cole, Unforgettable. So of course, Unforgettable, Mona Lisa are the big ones on there. All the songs are Unforgettable, Too Young, Mona Lisa, I Love You for Sentimental Reasons, Pretend, Answer Me My Love, Portrait of Jeannie, What'll I Do, Lost April, Red Sails in the Sunset, Make Her Mine, Haji Baba? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this one surprised me, but it's definitely not a keeper, not because of him. I actually was looking forward to listening to this album, and what's crazy, I mean, it's in the cardboard, but it doesn't have a sleeve, but the album is clean. I mean, there's just not a problem with it, but for some reason, track 1 just skips right in the very beginning, skips over 3, and I can't see it, I can't find it. I tried to clean it, so I might ask a friend of mine who has a cleaning machine if they can do me a favor and try to run it through, because I'd like to keep this album. Like I said, it's really clean, and really I have to get a sleeve for it. But spending its years in this without a sleeve and not a scratch on it, but it has a skip, it's crazy. So hopefully I can get that figured out, because I wouldn't mind having this in my collection. I don't have any Nat King Cole, and I was able to listen to this album, stream it, and I like it. So hopefully I can get that skip out of it. Other than that, there weren't even any pops on it. So anyway, Nat King Cole, Unforgettable. It's one of my thrift store pickups. The next one, like I said, just, let's check it out. It's disco. I'm not a disco guy by any means, but these bands were good. They just, when they got too far out there, into the disco land and instrumental and repetitive stuff, I just can't do it. So this album wasn't too bad. It's definitely in that dance era, but there was some R&B funk feel to it, and it has that typical shake, shake, shake your booty. That's probably a guilty pleasure song for me, because I remember being a little kid and dancing to that and shaking my booty to it. So, guilty pleasure thing. But it had a lot of songs I recognized. I think it was the last 3 there. Come On In, I'm Your Boogeyman, and Keep It Comin' Love. It sounds good. No issues with it. The album's the cover itself is in pretty good shape. I believe it is the original cover. Looks like it. The Casey and the Sunshine Band there. So I'm kind of undecided about this one, believe it or not. But if I'm keeping that killer, no filler mentality, I'm gonna have to really think about this one. So we'll see. We'll see where this one ends up. Next one here. Not a keeper. Listen to it. It's good. It's 80s. I think it was 80s. Is this 80s? Oh no, it was 76. Wow. I don't know. 76, George Jones, Tammy, Wynette, Golden Ring. Songs are good. It kind of just gets old after a while. I don't know if it's because you have this duo and it's kind of the running theme, relationships. I don't know. It's not a bad album, but it's definitely not one that I go, gee, I got to keep this one on a collection. So I'm glad I picked it up and gave it a shot. It doesn't have a cover on it, but the album's clean. And maybe 1 or 2 pops on it, but other than that, no big deal. It looks like the big hit here. So this isn't original because it says the #1 hit, so can't be an original if they already know it was a hit. So Golden Ring was the song, and I recognize that song. So tracks on this are Golden Ring, Even the Bad Times Are Good, Near You, Crying Time, I've Seen Better Days, Did You Ever, Telltale Eyes, I'll Be There If You Ever Want Me, If You Don't, Somebody Else Will, and Keep the Change. So that's George Jones, Tammy, Wynette, Golden Ring. So probably not a keeper for me. So, but I'm glad I listened to it, because I'm still glad I got it, listened to it, because it's still me learning about music. And I can say, yep, I've checked that album out. That's not for me, but hey, this is what's on it. Maybe it's for you. Next one I found was Juice Newton. She was this was her big album here, from what I read on it. And but after a while, doesn't she look like Jamie Lee Curtis? I mean, that picture to me looks like Jamie Lee Curtis with all that just in that hair. But anyway, that's an original sticker on there. And the big songs here are Love's Been a Little Bit Hard on Me and Break It to Me Gently. I remember those songs playing. And so the album itself it's good, but it's just not working for me. After a while, it's kind of like that pop country kind of thing. Her voice is outstanding. I mean, Juice Newton, what a freaking voice on her. But the album itself isn't working for me. So still glad I checked it out. This is somebody, I think my parents had these. I don't know if they had them on 8-track or cassette or something. I just remember my parents liking her at some point. And, so I picked it up, checked it out. And probably not an album for me, but again, glad I picked it up to try it out. Why not? Next one here is Loretta Lynn, and this is probably one I'm keeping. You're Looking at Country. And it's a good country album. It's, I believe it's in the 70s, 1971. So didn't get into that pop country craziness of the 80s, whereas the country or pop music with a twang. This felt like a good country album. Loretta's in form. Her voice is really good. She has a legit country style, country girl. I think she lived in a cabin or something growing up, so really poor. But songs on here are You're Looking at Country, Love What You Got at Home, Take Me Home, Country Roads, the Bob Denver song. Kin Folks Holler, Close My Eyes, Indian Lake. I liked Indian Lake. I like a lot of these songs. They're good stories and just good country album if you're in the mood for country. I mean, it is. Rather Be Sorry, From Now On, You Can't Hold On to Love, Country Girl, Just Home from Town. I like that song. I Burnt the Little Roadside Tavern Down. I like that song. So they're good stories. I did enjoy this album, and it's in good shape. Couple pops, what do you expect? And it does have a sleeve, and it's on black vinyl, 71. So this one's gonna be a keeper for me. Loretta Lynn, gonna join my country folks over there. Next one is the Best of the Loving Spoonful. I was gonna be happy with it, but skips all over the place. And I don't know if this was one that I didn't notice till later. No, it's weird because it's pretty clean. There's a couple little smudges, but those can come off, but the album itself is clean, but it skipped. And I just couldn't get it out of there. I think it was maybe the third or fourth song on the first side. And I kind of located it, saw where it skipped. And it was one of those annoying skips. I don't know why they call it a skip. I call it a repeater. It just kept, it's that dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, so it didn't even skip over it like Nat King Cole did. It just, Nat King Cole skipped through the song but kept playing. This one got stuck right there. So I don't know if that happens. I don't know how that happens. Something in the groove, I guess, is causing it to, I don't get how that works, because it's like that same line repeated over and over and over and over again. It just won't pass for some reason. So anyway, I was disappointed. I do have the other Lovin' Spoonful that I think I had in the previous video, Do Believe in Magic, which I liked. So I'll keep an eye out for another one. I'm interested in the Lovin' Spoonful. Probably the one that I have, and this will be plenty. But so unfortunately, this one's I gotta figure out what to do with it, because like I've said before, I hate throwing stuff out, so I might just send it off back to the thrift store and somebody else can come across it and make a decision on it, sometimes people just buy it for the artwork, for the album covers. And the last one I have here, somebody on another channel brought this up. This is Joan Baez, Come From the Shadows. And I forgot what this was. I meant to do my homework and did not. Something about this picture in history. I just don't remember what it was. Anyway, it's definitely a song or an album, because this is what, 72. So yeah, this is definitely with the Vietnam War in mind, and talking about the soldiers and talking about, you know, war, that just, you know, we shouldn't be in wars and things like that, which I can agree with. Listen to Your World is what it says there. And then on AMN Records and Tapes, and then you have your ad art there. And she had has a whole thing here. Anyway, the songs on it are Prison Trilogy, and I did like the song. The album's in good shape, no pops, no skips. It's just her voice wears on me after a while. I've known about Joan Baez's voice, and she kind of gets up there, and I don't know if it's folky or whatever it is, it kind of wears on you after a while. The album started off good. I was enjoying it, and then after a while, her voice just, yeah, wasn't doing it, which is unfortunate because I do like some of these songs. It's not a bad album. But yeah, like the Prison Trilogy, Billy Rose, I really like that song. It has a good story in it. Rainbow Road is a nice song. What was the other one? Stranger in My Place or Tumbleweed. I think I like Tumbleweed. But the deal, the song that really told me, yeah, this isn't gonna work, is she did a cover of John Lennon's Imagine. No, she shouldn't have done that. Just in my opinion, you don't touch that song, first of all. But yeah, you can't do that, especially when I'm kind of wobbling on this album. And that was the deciding factor for me. I just can't have that album. Just the way she did Imagine just kind of took the life out of it. Here on the back it says, some Vietnam veterans have told me what they did over there when they were animals. They have been giving testimony about it to the public, to juries, to judges. Some of the juries cry, and so do some of the judges. So it's a whole thing here about Vietnam and how senseless war is, and how we're not treating our soldiers correctly, and you know, the people that went to Vietnam. So that's what this album was, I guess, the inspiration of this album. So, but anyway, this Joan Baez probably won't, well, not probably, won't be going into my collection, but it's in good enough shape where I can trade it in and get something I like. So that's what it's all about. So anyway, that's this episode, and I hope you enjoyed me sharing my new finds with you. And if you guys have any comments, definitely leave it below. Please subscribe and help my channel grow. Hit that like button, and I will see you soon. And you guys take care out there. All right, bye.